Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome to the Teach Better Today morning show where the Teach Better team gets to join you live every single morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern. We are so excited to be here this morning, and I hope that you are really having a good May so far. It is May 2nd. We have Ryan here with us, who I hope that you will add to your professional learning network. And I'm drinking orange juice and in a green sweater, so it's a good type of day for me. I'll be right back. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ray Hewer. I have Ryan here with me. Ryan, how you feeling this morning?
Doing fantastic. Nice to be here.
I'm thrilled that you're able to join us. I know so many educators will already be familiar with you, but in case some of our viewership hasn't yet connected to you, do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name's Ryan Pelkey. I'm a school administrator, 25 years in education. I live in Warrenton, Virginia, and teach down in Woodbridge, Virginia, which is like 45 minutes south of Washington, D.C. Not only am I an educator, I'm a published author and also a professional speaker. So I'm always looking to reach out. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know what lives you're going to change and how you can be help to someone. So it's a pleasure to be here.
I love it. He's in the trenches, guys, and he's providing professional development support. So this is exactly the type of educator we love to connect with. Ryan, tell us a little bit about your book in case our viewers here haven't picked it up yet for their bookshelves.
So during the pandemic, I was kind of pushed by some other people to write a book. It was called The Boy Who Lost His Ears. It's kind of a true story. It's on Amazon. I self-published it. It's basically about my nephew, Nick, who lived with us with my brother-in-law. And over the years, his dad would say, Nick, if you don't start listening, your ears are going to fall off. So one day in the book, he wakes up and he doesn't have any ears and he learns to listen without them. So it becomes a story of understanding that the world around you is constantly trying to tell you something. And it's important for you to open your eyes and start really feeling what people are trying to say and giving them a chance to hear what they're trying to say so you can kind of function in life.
Such a powerful message. I love the narrative. Tell me, is this a book that a teacher might read, an administrator? Is it something that I could read to my family?
It's geared to kids in grades like 4, 5, and 6. I've done a lot of pop-up videos, pop-up Zooms in elementary schools where it's like meet the author. So and the funny thing is, I was an administrator in summer school when this all happened. So those were my audiences. I would bounce off ideas off them and say, what do you think about this? And over the last couple of years, I've been reading at school. I've been taking my time to like introduce it to other people. And at the end of the book, there's actually some reflective pages where kids can write down their thoughts and feelings on what they thought about the book. And at this point of the book, where did they think the story would go? And why do you think, did Nick really get his ears back? That's something that's like a Scooby-Doo ending that hopefully you can kind of figure out on your own.
I love that there's so many layers to this and it's supposed to be interactive. So this is perfect for any educator who wants to bring this home to their personal family and read it to their children, or bring into the classroom and share as a read aloud, as an opportunity to learn, reflect. You could do so many different activities with this. And I can assume, even as an administrator, picking this up and being able to share it with your staff, with students that come into your office, with parents that come and engage in your school, this is all around a great resource.
Yeah, and to me, it's important because number one, I'm the first author in my family. I'm the first author in my school. And on top of that, I was a PE teacher at the time. So you don't think of PE teachers as authors. And that's part of my driving force, that I'm not just a PE teacher. I'm not just a person. That just is a dirty 4-letter word in a growth mindset. So I kind of broken down walls, and I needed to toot my own horn because no one else was going to toot it for me. So I decided, hey, you know what? I could be an author too.
I love that you did that. Absolutely. And of course, I'm sure along with the book, some public speaking. It sounds like it's really an opportunity for you to go and share your voice even in addition to the book that they can purchase.
Yes, it gave me a backbone, basically, to realize that for years, I've been kind of held down and said, you're just a gym teacher, stay in your lane, stick to basketball and football and everything like that. And I realized that I had so much more to share. and I want to help other people that have that burning sensation inside their heart that want to help other people, it's okay to step up and step out and be a change. During the pandemic, it was an app called Clubhouse, an audio only app that I really fell in love with, and I came into a community of other teachers and other professionals that said, man, you're pretty smart. And I'm like, whoa, I haven't heard that before. I was kind of taken back by it, but I took the ball and ran with it. And once you're surrounded by people that support you, you can do anything. And I think that's what I really want to get other people to understand, and want to be there for other people as well.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, there's so many layers to this conversation, but I know that there will be a community of educators listening within our Teach Better family that says, Ryan, I love what you're sharing. This message is so powerful. I would be so scared to self-publish. Can you even do that? Like, how does that even work? So tell us a little bit about that experience. I feel like there's a stigma that you need all these different things to line up to get a book out there, but it sounds like there are other roads that allow you to share your story without necessarily jumping through all the red tape.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm actually working on my second book along with that with Kindle Direct Publishing. So it's super easy. Once you write a Word document and then you kind of do some Googling on your own, and that's what I had to figure out. But once that process gets through, it's super easy, including the cover of the book. They walk you through everything. I paid for pictures on the cover of my book. I made sure that I went the right way and paid for the design and everything like that. But otherwise, it's like click and paste for the most part. And then you can readjust things, including the back of the book, what you want to put on the back cover. You can design the different sizes if you want hardcover or soft cover, if you just want it on Kindle. By no means is this the only one that does it, but for me, the Kindle Direct Publishing worked fantastically, and it's going to make it even easier for my second book, because I looked at going through a publisher, and there's a lot of people that go through, and I have no problem with it. I think that's fantastic. But for people just starting out, I really feel like that's the easiest way. And there's also people out here that has helped me, and I want to be able to help back.
So powerful. Friends, if you are thinking about taking on maybe some writing in 2024, this is the time to do it. Maybe you have some goals of writing over the summer, sharing your story. Obviously, blogging is great, but if you want to write a book, you know that you can always reach out to a member of our Teach Better family. Obviously, Ryan is a great advocate, somebody to look at for self-publishing. And then you know that so many of us here have connections with other publishers, depending on what you're looking for. Every publisher, every outlet has its pros and cons. So we're happy to help you figure that out. Ryan, the other thing I know our community is going to jump at hearing your story is the opportunity that you had to move from a PE teacher to an administrative role. That has to be a totally different journey for you. How's that going so far?
I love it. I got my degree in 2010 for master's, and over the years, I've been kind of given different responsibilities as a middle school athletic coordinator, as a coach and things like that. But I feel like my heart is in administration. And for the last now almost 14 years, up to the last couple of years, I was told, you have no instructional value. You're just a gym teacher. And what do you know about social studies, science, math, and the arts? And I was like, you know what? My instructional leadership is going to change because I'm going to make that change. And so I did research. I've talked to people, and you had to be surrounded again by the right group of people in my schools. So, this is my first year as a full-time administrator, and I plan on the sky's the limit for me. I love it. I feel like I'm breaking barriers and I'm setting examples for other people. It's important to understand that you can do whatever you want to do, but you really need other people to help that plan come about. You can't do it by yourself.
Amen. I feel like we are constantly talking about here in the Teach Better family is building a professional learning network, reaching out to people that can hold you accountable and give you access to information that you may not be an expert in. I love this, Ryan. I could not agree more. I want to dive into some key messages that you want our community here to consider, or maybe a major takeaway or something that you've learned that was really an aha moment. So we'll be right back as we head into our team talk section. Stay with us. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with Teach Better Today morning show. I'm so excited to keep this conversation going with Ryan. He has so much to share already, and we are just going to start to get into this conversation a little bit deeper. So Ryan, I want you to think about something that maybe has come to mind recently now that we're entering into May, or something that's really helped you build up all the work that you've been able to do thus far. Maybe a piece of advice that you'd love to leave our community with. What comes to mind?
I think over the years, I've always been taught to teach people to treat people with respect and kindness and empathy. And I believe teacher mental health is something on the cusp of everyone's conversation one way or another. One of the things that I do in order to try to meet the needs of my teachers is be consistent. Be that person that if they need help during the day, that they can come reach me. Now I'm in meetings, I'm running from place to place. I have my travel cart that I drive all around school with. But at the same time, if they say, hey, Mr. Pelkey, I need you over in my room for a second, I have to use the bathroom, I have to take an important phone call, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to take over their class. And I'm going to give them that grace. If they need to take a day off in order to take care of something for their family, I'm going to give them that grace and I'm going to figure it out. I feel like if teachers are not taken care of in your schools, the kids aren't going to get that educational environment, that safe psychological education environment they need for growth. It's going to hurt the students overall. So you really need to take care of your teachers first and foremost. My first principal that I had, her name was Judy Copeland, that I worked for. She made sure that our custodial staff, our secretaries, she goes, treat them like gold. And then once you treat them like gold, everything else is going to fall at your feet, basically, because you're going to understand the value of the people in the building. And as a first year teacher, I was like, what does she know? But man, she knew a lot. And I was so grateful for that opportunity.
I love the reminder to be consistent. I think in May, it becomes really challenging, both for teachers and those in leadership roles, to have that consistency. There's a lot going on. People are eager for summer, but especially as you note the rolling cart that you have around the building, that's a really easy spot. Get a Post-it, write down those core pillars, those main values that you want to have, that you want to be known for, and just have the reminder. Don't leave it in a place that you're not going to see it. Have it with you all the time so you can do little checks for yourself to make sure you have that consistency.
And we're also getting on our standardized testing where everyone is crazy about it. And there's a huge amount of pressure on our students to do well over our end of grade testing. We call them SOL, Standards of Learnings in Virginia. And what we're doing is we're really amping it up that you guys got it. You're going to be the change. And we're giving them t-shirts. We're going above and beyond. My school is fantastic about really promoting and giving incentives for our students. But more importantly, every single student matters. And if you're providing growth at the end when you're done testing, then you are successful. So we want to increase that with our students to the point where the day they take their tests, the big test we're dressing up, shirt and tie, it's like look good, feel good, do well in your SOLs. And I really want to stress that the little things that you do in your schools can make a huge impact, because that might be the only impact they get throughout the day, throughout the night, throughout the week, or throughout the year.
Ryan, there's going to be a lot of educators that are going to be like, what did you just say? I want to know about incentives during testing. Like, tell us a few ideas. I know you just mentioned getting people t-shirts and dressing up. To speak a little more to this, because even if we've missed, quote unquote, the opportunity this year, this could be something we could prepare for in year coming. So tell us a little bit about incentives that you guys get to offer.
Part of our PBIS is we're recognizing students that do well, that have perfect attendance, that come in and they get A's and B's, or they're all A's. But for testing, some of the incentives, we're going to have a big pep rally where all grades come in and we're going to be playing music, and we're really going to pump the kids up, because I feel like we have to reach them where they're at. The old school tactics of just saying do well, you're going to be great, is not going to work anymore. You have to dangle a big carrot out in front of them in order for them to kind of buy into what you're doing. And that buy-in came through the whole year, where we've done like glow parties. We've went to jump houses, trampoline parks with our students. And we've taken them at the end of the year. We're going to do going to a King's Dominion park, amusement park, with our students that have perfect attendance. But it's also small scale for me. One of the things, I have a couple students that have issues with behavior, and I said, you make it from Monday to Friday. On Friday, I'll buy you lunch out of my pocket. So every day they check in with me, and I'll check and I'll recheck with them. And if something doesn't work, say maybe we'll try next week. but that's okay. But you're going to keep trying. And then I'll ramp up my incentives. I'll do it to more of a daily incentive. But we really have to, the internal motivation is not there with a lot of our students. So we have to find out some things that make them excited and make them want to come to school. I DJ a lot of my dances at school still, and I love being a part of that. I mean, I think it's a great thing, but there's so many positive things that you can do. And you don't have to be an over-the-top cheerleader, but man, you got to support the kids no matter what.
So good. Ryan, I feel like you'll be a perfect fit if you're ever able to attend our admin mastermind that we do every single Tuesday. You have such the right personality, full of ideas, eager to learn, passionate about networking. I see you in this group. We got to make that happen after the show. But for everyone here, I'm so glad you're able to connect with Ryan. Hopefully you're able to connect with him again in the future, far beyond this episode. Ryan, how can our community here stay connected?
I'm on X, I guess, now instead of Twitter. It's at @mr_Pelkey, PELKEY. And of course, you can always reach me through email at ryanpelkey@gmail.com. I kind of stay away from the other social media platforms, but for the most part, you can reach me on Twitter or even Instagram at @_Mr. Pelkey, and we kind of go from there. But I'm able to help any way I possibly can.
Love it. Friends, if you ever need anything or need help connecting with Ryan, please feel free to reach out to our team here in the Teach Better family. We'll get you connected to him. Don't forget to go pick up his book, maybe even schedule him for a surprise Zoom or a speaking opportunity with all his knowledge. And we'll see you next time on Teach Better Today Morning Show. Bye, guys.
Hey, Teach Better community. Thank you so much for joining the Teach Better Today morning show every single weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern. We have so many resources for you outside of this live stream at teachbetter.com, including blogs, podcasts, and professional development that will bring our team to your school. Wherever you are listening from this morning, please make sure you are sharing and celebrating the incredible educators in this world. And hey, if you are listening over on a podcast to Teach Better Talk, we would love a 5-star review. The comments are always so entertaining. We'll see you tomorrow.